Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We're playing in Master Mode, where everything is super scary, and death awaits around every single corner. I can't talk right now. This is my first recording of the day. Had a few false starts here, sort of tripping over my words. Can't figure out what to do with my, talking. I mean, I've got a nice voice, or at least I like to think so, but sometimes I'm just not really sure what to do with it when I put myself on the spot. So I think the best way to do this would just be to turn my brain off, just sort of, improvise. Just think of funny things as they come. Try not to think too hard about it, or else I'll just sort of end up, sounding a little bit desperate. I've noticed that with a lot of my past recordings, I've found myself to sound way too excited. So I'm gonna just sort of try to sound a little bit more intimate, a little bit more calm, a little bit more, pleasing to the ear. A little bit not like someone is excitedly screaming at you the whole time. I've noticed particularly with my playthroughs like Kirby Superstar and Shovel Knight that I kind of get caught up in things a little bit too much, and I'm trying way too hard to sound funny or sound entertaining. So I'm just gonna take things as they come. Gonna just relax into this. It's gonna be a bit of a grind. It's a little bit of a lonely process so far, but I'm not really good at it yet. I have no delusion about the fact that I've got a lot of work to do before any sort of watchable content is produced, which is okay. It can produce some very scary moments, making you feel like you're just wasting your time trying to do something, and it's easy to start to feel like you'll never get good at something, which is not a good way to go about thinking, because everybody can get good at everything, at least I think so. And all it takes is a bit of hard graft, a lot of working on it, sort of thing. Just put enough effort into it, and you can get it good at whatever you want. I mean, it's not like Salvador Dali made a perfect image the first time he touched a pen to a paper, He had to practice too. Mozart wasn't great at the piano the first time he touched the keyboard. Oh boy, this is bad. Okay, these guys just have clubs, right? So I think I can take these guys out. I would rather have the extra weapons, I think. Actually, you know what? They've just got clubs and stuff. It's not worth it. That's a bombable wall. I'm gonna need bombs for that. So, shit. Okay, you know what? This isn't good. Alright. These guys are putting me on the spot, so I better... Oh, yeah. Nah, that should solve my problems. Unless, of course, I spawn right back up next to them. Oh, yep, here we go. Great. Thanks, guys. Great. Alright, I'm just gonna take these guys out. Gotta do so quickly. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? That's perfect. I'm happy with that. I don't want their weapons. They're cruddy weapons. So I'm just going to do that. And then I could go back by chopping down this tree. I don't know. I feel like there must be a better way to do this. But I want bombs next. I feel like that's going to increase my survivability, especially when I go to that cold place. Hey, look, the old man's coming. What does he want, man? What's up, dude? What's up? Are you just... Okay. Alright. I'm not going to bother right now. I don't really feel like talking to him. He doesn't have anything for me until I do that meat and seafood fry that he wants. But I don't have any fish, so I'm gonna gloss over that for now. Gonna ignore that completely because I need bombs. I feel very strongly that I need bombs right now. So here we are in this nice relaxing part of the game where you can just avoid encounters. I mean, there's this guy right here who, I'm not gonna lie, is scaring the absolute bejesus out of me right now. I don't want him to even glance at me. That would be very bad for me at this point in the game. I'm not sure how much health he has in comparison to the amount of damage that my weapons are gonna do, but I don't imagine they'll be very effective. Encountering him at this point would probably mean certain death. And I don't like death. I can't imagine anybody who does. This game, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't explored since the expansion. I guess when I say that, I mean that there's supposed to be a lot of extra chests and stuff like that up here on the Great Plateau. But I haven't, I've only found one, and it was just like a gem sort of thing. Little bit of a crafting supply, you know, get yourself some extra rupees sort of thing. So Master Mode, what else is there to say about Master Mode? Everything is really tough. Like, here's a Guardian, right? And I'm gonna see if I can be a badass here. Just listen. Ah, no. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna run. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is real bad. I don't want to die, please. Oh boy, that was way too close. Okay, so I'm gonna eat a food before I get killed. There we go. Perfect. That was the exact right amount of health. I don't know why that feels so satisfying to like not waste a single, even a quarter of a heart. So I'm gonna get this expansion chest. That's what I was talking about. Oh, wow. I'm actually playing the Wii U version of this game. I had no idea that was actually in this game. I was kind of wondering that for a little while. I mean, I heard about that. May as well wear it, you know. A little bit of a... a little bit of an unpaid product placement there. This is not an ad, of course. I mean, the item itself seems like a bit of an ad. Listen to that. Listen to that sound. Can you hear that? That's the sound of candy that I'm eating. I'm eating Necco wafers, something that I've never had before. They're extremely odd. If you have never had Necco wafers before, they're a little bit like those conversation hearts that have different things printed on them. They're really super chalky. They've got this weird cornstarch kind of powder stuff on them. Listen to that. They're so crunchy. I mean, it's a nice little... I think they've got kind of a nice feel to them, how they... Excuse me. How they crunch at first, and then they dissolve. I mean, it's definitely not a candy that has a lot of flavor to it. Maybe if they added some citric acid, it would have a little bit more of a pop on your taste buds. But hey, I'm not complaining. Like, I like novelty candies. I like interesting little snacks. I really like stuff like that. Like, over here I've also got a packet of Shock Rocks, which are exactly like Pop Rocks, except they're not. They're in that exact same sort of little rectangular package. But these are really interesting. I mean, they look and they definitely sound a lot like coins. So we just got bombs. Which makes me super happy, because now you can blow stuff up, and you get unlimited ammo, basically. You just have to wait for that little cooldown meter there, and it's really good for fighting, actually. It's easy to forget, because there's so much focus on weapons, and like how durable they are, and how they break after a little while, that you can forget that you can also fight using bombs. Speaking of weapons, I need to toss one out so I can carry this claymore. Very good for disarming enemies of their shields, and then running and picking them up. So as soon as I do this shrine, I think that'll be the end of the episode. But it's okay. They're all just going to be really quick episodes. They're going to be nice little bite-sized chunks of good fun times. You know, I have a lot of fun playing video games. I've always very much enjoyed them. And I'm very excited to be able to capture them and play them on YouTube. So, hey, thanks, technology. I love technology. You know, technology is... I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know, I like gadgets. I've always liked toys, things like that. You know, I'm one of those grown men who still does things like collect figurines and plushies and posters and stuff like that. You know, I like being... I don't want to call myself a fanboy, but I definitely get excited about a lot of stuff that adults don't seem to anymore. You know, a lot of people I work with, they tell me they used to play video games, or they used to be interested in, you know, collecting toys and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't think it's something that you can ever really grow out of. I mean, depending hugely on who you are, of course. I think, you know, timeless fun is just that. And video games are one of those things where you can still go back and play a game from the 80s. Maybe not so much if you're younger than I am, but, I was born in 1989, and I still have very fond memories because, I wasn't exactly born into a rich family. We were kind of on the budget electronics. So, it was about 1992 or so when we had the original Nintendo. We never had the Super Nintendo because that was the new thing. It was a lot more expensive. And around that same time, I also had the gray brick Game Boy, because that was about the time the Game Boy Color came out. And, I think that was the Game Boy Pocket that I'm thinking of, actually. Anyways, we got a Spirit Orb. I think that's 3. So there's just one more shrine to go. And I'll do that next time on my super great, super nice, calm little podcast show featuring video games. Good times.